The Save America Act, they better pass it. Just a couple tweaks. Take out all the stuff about passports and the confusion and difficulties for married women and others who are going to fall through the cracks, and shift the burden to the government. You want to do this? Do it right. The government must guarantee that every rightfully registered voter gets one of these IDs of their own design. You guarantee that. You make it happen, and once the government gets it done, then there's an appeals process for anyone who says, wait, I'm registered, I didn't get it. And once that's done, then we enact that everyone has to show ID to vote. That's workable, that's fair. Putting the burden on people of expense and difficulty is not fair. Shift the onus, now let's see what happens. That's about better, not just fewer voters. And if you're about better, then you want early voting. You want mail-in balloting because it encourages participation. We've seen participation grow because of these two mechanisms. Yeah, but it's unsafe. Prove it. Prove it's unsafe. You want to save the democracy, save it from unreasonable restrictions. Take out all the stuff that's in there now and put it on the government, and then add two more things just so it's about the same length, so it feels substantial, okay? Here are the two things you add. No more shutdowns. Make them illegal. If you can't make a decision, then you're forced to stay. If you still can't make one, it defaults to the funding of the previous period. No more shutdowns. No more punishing you for them not being able to do their job. Next, and this is the most important, and no one's talking about it, and I don't think anything matters nearly as much. Got to save the filibuster in the Senate. Senator Thune is under pressure. The president wants the filibuster gone, and we understand why, but it can't happen. In fact, the SAVE Act should include that any change to Senate rules requires 67 votes. Go back to the original supermajority filibuster threshold. Why? This is the last check and balance keeping us from a mobocracy. George Washington once told Thomas Jefferson, the Senate is like the saucer that cools hot tea. Unlike the House, the founders designed the Senate to encourage long debate, to encourage extended deliberation, okay? The emphasis was on bipartisan negotiation to protect the minority view after the House passes a bill with a simple majority. That must stand. Yes, yes, yes. Filibuster's not in the Constitution. The constitutionality of it, though, has never been challenged successfully. It did start as an accident, but now it is an absolute necessity to keep us from crazy town. We've seen where just weakening the filibuster can lead. The nuclear option. Democrat Harry Reid used it to allow a simple majority to confirm Obama's federal judges and executive officials. Look, in the moment, seemed like a good idea. But look at what it led to. Two things. One, administrations getting to put absolute crap people in positions of major power. And once the box was opened, once the Democrats did it, here came the Republicans, and they struck back. In 2017, Mitch McConnell extended the nuclear option to apply to Supreme Court nominees, which is why we got what we have now. The president getting 3 justices in the most lopsided court in modern history. The right is considering getting rid of the filibuster for the same reason Chuck Schumer was when they were in power. It's easier for the majority. Now Schumer doesn't like it. Why? Because he's in the minority. Trump wants the filibuster gone. Again, we know why. This isn't about him wanting something that's unreasonable for him. Of course the presidents want more power. That's why you need the checks and balances. At a time when our democracy is beset by politics of advantage and toxic division, do you really think it's a good idea to make it even easier to pass extreme ideas? And then what happens when the numbers flip? It all gets undone and redone. So what is the motivation to do anything but resist and wait? There is no none. Once the filibuster's gone, there's no reason to work with anybody. Does that sound like progress or just the advantage of one party over the other? And we see where this trend is getting us. We saw it today. Tulsi Gabbard, a one-time anti-war advocate, now pretending that her current position is not about doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Her position within the intelligence apparatus was put in after 9/11 so that we would never miss imminent threat again, that it would be discussed. You don't get a Senator Mark Wayne Mullen and all of these interesting investment issues he has and background issues if you need more than a simple majority to get him in. That's what got us here. Do you really want to see it get worse? Here's a little taste of what we had to listen to today.
Was it the intelligence community's assessment that nevertheless, despite this obliteration, there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime? Yes or no?
It is not the intelligence community's responsibility to determine what is and is not an imminent threat.
Okay.
That is up to the president based on a volume
no,
of
it is
information that he receives.
It is precisely your responsibility to determine what constitutes a threat to the United States. This is the worldwide threats hearing.
I mean, look, it's not even a close call. That's why the written statement contradicted the oral statement, because that's what her office is supposed to be. They don't have proof of an imminent threat. They have a rationale based on a risk assessment by the President of the United States, what he calls a feeling, okay? Now, look, you can debate it either way. It's hard to debate that the Iranian regime isn't a bad thing, that Iran and the world would be better off without. But how you do it and what it costs matter. They said it would be quick. Now they say it's going to be long. They said there wouldn't be boots on the ground. Then they said they'd consider it. Now there is reporting that they are considering sending even more than the Marine Expeditionary Unit that they just sent in there, and that they may be on Iranian soil. For what and for how long? They said 50 billion. Really, they said nothing. Then they said 50 billion. Now they're saying 200 billion. I get that MAGA is like 100-0 supporting Trump, but is this what you voted for? Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.